mean, this is crazy.
I mean, did you see? I mean, look how Dorothy feels Mustafa's fingers as she grabs the cigarette. Where's the fucking argument? Look how she grabs Mustafa's fingers.
Unfucking believable.
This is
unbelievable.
We're gonna watch this one more time. I mean, look how she grabs Mustafa's, feels
and they've
Mustafa's.
had this man behind bars for 2.5 years.
Why do you think this dash camera is sealed from the community? This dash camera is sealed from the community because Commonwealth Amy Ashworth can't bullshit this community and tell them that there's an argument inside the vehicle when they're passing back and forth a cigarette. When Dorothy literally feels Mustafa's finger as she grabs a cigarette from Mustafa. I mean, this, by the way, this is 6:32 and 51 seconds. So, how long before the accident?
What is it? What time was that?
6:32 and 43 seconds. 44, 45, 46,
so
47.
2 minutes prior to the accident.
2 minute prior.
2 whole minutes prior to the accident.
And Dorothy is seen when she takes a cigarette from Mustafa, feels his fingers. And I mean, it shows that how much they love each other.
I mean, you look at the details.
You want to tell me that they're arguing, but she's sitting there feeling his finger?
So I want to ask the question. I'm going to ask the major shocking question. Here it is. It's coming. Okay? At what point did he premeditate this murder? If we're looking at 2 minutes prior to the accident, and they're literally giving back and forth a cigarette and she's giving him directions. They're almost like kissing. At what point did he premeditate this murder? That is the major question. At what point did he premeditate this murder when 2 minutes before the accident, they're sharing a cigarette?
I mean, prosecutor Sarah
What
Sami,
the fuck?
I mean, Mohammed, prosecutor Sarah Sami is bringing all these individuals.
Get the fuck out of here.
I mean, wait until you actually open the body cam. And on body cam, it shows that the individual that prosecutor Sarah Sami says, prosecutor Sarah Sami is telling Judge Weimer, Your Honor, Mustafa forced Dorothy, his girlfriend, in the vehicle, forced the 5-year-old baby in the vehicle. Mustafa planned this out.
Hold on. He forced her into the vehicle. Well, at a 7-Eleven, he left the car running. Went inside for 10 minutes with the car running, with Dorothy and Empress in the car. You're telling me he kidnapped this woman and she stayed in the car while he went into the convenience store? She stayed in the car with the car running and he's kidnapping her for 10 minutes?
Well, she's not betting on the fact that you have the file and this community is watching the whole entire file. Prosecutor Sarah Sami is bringing this individual, but when you open the body cam,
Sarah Sami should really grow a beard.
By the way, the people that she's bringing into this case, she said, Your Honor, I have a witness that's going to come forward and say that Mustafa forced Dorothy.
I'm not getting you no wax.
I mean, listen to what
you don't deserve any wax.
Listen to specifically what this prosecutor is talking about. She says, Your Honor, Judge Weimer, I have a witness that's going to come forward and testify that on this day, Mustafa forced his girlfriend, forced 5-year-old Empress to get in the car, forced the boys to stay home.
Who's that? And
then you find out that on a body cam, the person that she's relying on says, I wasn't there.
Who is this witness?
Kylie.
Oh, great.
The 16-year-old that doesn't live with them, that her dad pierces all the strippers to a club owner where the judge is getting fucking lap dances.
Wait. Forget everything you said after you said Kylie.
I mean,
I'll remind you.
I have her on a body cam that she says, I was never there. She's manufacturing a story.
She said, I blocked my mother.
Mohammed, forget all that. There's a Google Nest video inside the apartment that shows Dorothy's the one that's asking 5-year-old Empress to go with her. Dorothy's the one that's asking the boys, and the boy says no. The forensic interview, 10-year-old Pharaoh, 10-year-old Pharaoh, the child, says Mom is the one that woke Mustafa up, and she's the one that's telling him, can you take me to my mother's anniversary? What are you talking about? I mean, Pharaoh says Mustafa didn't want to go anywhere. He woke up late. He had other plans, but then Mom convinced him.
So how is Sarah Sammy?
Mom is the one that's telling him, take me. So how is this premeditated murder when it's Dorothy's idea? Wait a minute, the file is sealed, so no one can see
they're
it.
literally smoking a cigarette 2 minutes. They're passing back and forth a cigarette 2 minutes prior to the accident. The real question is, Sarah Sammy, Amy Ashworth, Chief Newsham, at what point did Mustafa premeditate this murder? We would like to know. How many seconds prior to the accident? Tell us. How many seconds prior to the accident do you allege he premeditated this murder? Give us. You have 120 seconds. Give us the time.
The details that's coming out of this case, Muhammad. The detail that's coming out of this case. They can't say. By the way, premeditated could be before. It could be on the last second, right?
Okay.
Okay. Well, the details that's coming out of this case, they can't say on the last second because it shows that this is a car accident.
Okay, forget that. Scratch that. Jean Maya, the medical examiner, at what time do you allege that Dorothy was protesting inside the vehicle? I'm waiting for a time.
I mean, they're passing back and forth a
Jean
cigarette.
Maya. Jean Maya. A lot of people.
That's a good question, though.
A lot of people, a lot of prosecutors, a lot of people are getting convicted. A lot of people are getting exonerated. A lot of people are going to trial based on what Jean Maya testifies to. Based on what Jean Maya dispositions a death, whether it's homicide, whether it's accidental. Okay, we know that he said, I don't know if it's him, but Juan Campos was ruled
an 18-year-old that was found dead inside this county jail right behind us.
Was ruled
homicide.
No, not homicide.
No, heart attack.
A heart attack. Cardiac arrest. Okay.
Wait a minute. Wasn't his face bashed in from a beating?
Hold on a second. Okay. Jean Maya, you dispositioned Dorothy as a homicide along with Empress because you say Dorothy was protesting. I'm waiting to see at what time was Dorothy protesting. Now, if you want to tell me a medical examiner falsified a disposition to a death, I think Prince William County in Virginia has much bigger problems than Mustafa Al-Jazari. If you have a medical examiner who's blindly signing on the dotted line for Amy Ashworth or chief of police, Prince William County has much, much bigger problems than we like to think. We thought we had a problem. But if you have medical examiners who are fucking around, you have much bigger problems.
And I think
Board of Medicine, you got much bigger problems.
I think there is a lot of pushback.
Or what is it called? Department of Health? You have real problems, Department of Health.
What they're terrified from here is that the file is all over the internet and this community is watching.
I mean, Jean Maya, that's a big position to have in a county.
Because you're not only handling Mustafa Al-Jazari case, you're handling other cases in the county.
I'm telling you, Virginia has a much bigger problem than Mustafa Al-Jazari. If you have a medical examiner like Jean Maya falsifying dispositions on death.
I mean, we just watched the dash camera where Dorothy and Mustafa are passing back and forth a cigarette, and Dorothy literally feels Mustafa's fingers. Now,
what's the phrase? How deep does this rabbit hole go? Is that what?
How deep does this rabbit hole go? Yeah. I mean, we're definitely
how deep is the rabbit hole in Prince William County?
A rabbit hole. And by the way, the conversation cannot be dismissed because apparently I have the file and I'm leaking this file all over the internet. That's a very disturbing and terrifying position for this county. You can't dismiss my conversation.
So you have an officer who tampers with evidence, like Chad Mason. You have an officer like Robert Drum who falsifies warrants, falsifies statements. You have a medical examiner who falsifies a medical examiner report.
And you have officers that beat you inside the jail. You have officers that will write you off as incompetent.
How deep
to dismiss your conversation.
Does the rabbit hole
You have
go?
Defense attorneys that's on a payroll that work with prosecutors.
I think we should close with this.
I want to go over the last section just to...
go ahead.
The last part.
Go ahead.
This dash camera is cut before impact. What you see here is Mustafa is driving. He takes a lane to pass that vehicle in front of him.
What time
Clearly, this is 6:35:08. Clearly, Mustafa takes a wrong lane. He finds himself in a position where at this point, You see that vehicle on his right. He can't get back into
Let me make
traffic.
that full screen.
Yeah. You can't get back into traffic. There's a vehicle blocking him on the
Clearly
right.
you see the vehicle on his right.
The vehicle ends up in oncoming traffic. The prosecutor wants to say Mustafa jerked the vehicle into oncoming. That's not true.
Well, he said you made a hard left turn into oncoming traffic.